Hello, my name is Keshwani. It's Keshwani, Keshwani. I have been solving math problems for GRE out of this book here, practicing to take the GRE general test, the 10th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you're going to find on page number 302, quantitative comparison question number 13. Let's take a look at it. It's important that you have the book in front of you so that you can follow the work. We are given two equations. When you have two equations that we are required to solve at the same time, they are referred to as I should not have started this thing because I don't know how to spell the bloody thing. They are called simultaneous equations. They are called simultaneous equations because whatever, for example, let me give you a simple example of simultaneous equation. If I tell you that x plus y is 5 and x minus y is 1, then your job is to figure out the value of the x and the y that satisfies both equations at the same time. In other words, I can't say 4 plus 1 is 5, which works here, but actually that is the solution here. 4 minus, you see 4 plus 1 does not work here. 4 minus 1 does not equal 3. So 4 plus 1 satisfies the first equation, but it does not satisfy the second equation. The reason why they are called simultaneous equation is because simultaneous means at the same time. Whatever the value of x and the y that you claim has to satisfy both equations at the same time. Hence the simultaneous equation. Here we have dealt with simultaneous equations. We have two equations. They are called simultaneous equations, as I said already. Don't freak out. Don't get nervous. You don't have to do anything complicated. Okay, so listen very carefully. Whenever you're given simultaneous equation on the GRE, listen very carefully. This is a trick very few people know, which would probably explain why more than half the people missed this question. So only 46% of the people got this question right. Whenever you're given simultaneous equations on the exam, you only have to do one or the other things. Either you should add the two equations, and if adding the two equations does not get you where you want to go, try subtracting one equation from the other. And 90% of the time, vast majority of the time, you will go where you need to go by doing one or the other. In a very minor, small case where it doesn't get you where you want to go by adding or subtracting the two equations, we won't worry about those things because we're talking about questions which is meant for people who are perfectionists. They want to score 800. So we won't worry about it. So let's add the two equations. And I'm going to add the two equations here just for your benefit. If I were taking the real exam, I wouldn't waste my time adding the two equations because they want you to compare. Let me put down the quantity. Oh, by the way, the answer to these two equations that I just wrote was 3 and 2. 3 plus 2 is 5 and 3 minus 2 is 1. So x was 3 and y was 2. So here we have in column A x plus y, and in column B we have 2. Now, as I said, you either add the two equations, and if it doesn't get you where you want to go, try subtracting one equation from the other. So I'm going to add the two equations, even though I just got done telling you that I myself would not do it in the real exam, because as you will see in a second, adding the two equations will be a waste of time here, because if I add the two equations, I'll end up with 3x. I will end up with 3x. 2x plus x is 3x, plus 3y plus 2y is 5y, equals 18. Well, knowing that 3x plus 5y equals 18, that's great, but it doesn't help me figuring it out how much is x plus y. So that was a waste of time. But of course you will not know whether or not something works until you try it out. So you're going to have to try it out, and if it doesn't work, try the other one. So now I'm going to subtract the second equation from the first equation. And I don't know what you were taught in your school years, but I was always taught when I was a little boy that when you're subtracting one equation from the other, the safest route is always to make sure that you change the sign of the second equation right away before you do any work. See, this is plus 8, isn't it? So I'm going to change it to minus. This was a plus x, so I changed it to minus. This was a plus 2y, so it becomes a minus. And now it's just 2x minus x, because I'm subtracting it, you see? 2x minus x gives me x, and 3y minus 2y gives me a y. Voila. And 10 minus 8 gives me 2, which is my x plus y. So x plus y now we know is 2. So can you tell me now which quantity is bigger? Of course the answer is C. That's it, we're done. That's it, that was the end of the story. That's all it was. I hope you find that's all it is. You just have to either add the two equations or subtract one equation from the other. And as I said, in vast majority of the cases, you will arrive at your destinations where you want to be, because what you have to understand is that the purpose of this exam is not to see how big of a geek, how big of a freak, how big of a nerd you are. They're just trying to see how well you can think. That's all it is. They're not trying to see how much math you know. Do you understand? So they're not going to give you complicated simultaneous equation. They keep it very simple. You just have to know the tricks, that's all. You have to know the tricks and the techniques of taking the exam, which is what I teach in my prep course. So anyway, that was the end of the solution to this problem. If you wish to get hold of me for personal private tutoring, I do face-to-face tutoring, I tutor over the telephone, I do tutor over the internet through Skype. If you wish to buy the solutions to any of these problems, if you wish to get hold of me for any aspect of your preparation for GRE, go to my website at www.for4gre.com, or you can go to www.KeshwaniPrep.com and send me an email. Okay? Thanks.